I should have seen it coming. All the signs were there. I just couldn't see them through the chrome dust and the dream I was building. Or the dream I thought we were building. New York, 2019. Apex Customs. That was my shop. My name on the work. My hands shaping every piece of metal that rolled out those doors. 63 T-birds, mostly. Big, bloated boats that everyone else ignored. I saw sculptures. Took those chrome barges and turned them into something people actually wanted to look at. Hand-formed aluminum. Chopped tops. Channeled bodies. Work that took weeks, sometimes months. Work that mattered. Apex Customs had a reputation. 500,000 Instagram followers. SEMA regular. Magazine features every other month. I built that. Crystal managed it. She was the face. The Instagram posts. The client meet and greets. The brand ambassador. Made sense at the time. I'm better with metal than people. She was good with people. Or so I thought. Turns out, she was just good at using people. The consultant. Derek showed up in March. Business consultant. That's what she called him. Expensive suit. Expensive watch. Talked about scaling the brand and maximizing IP value. And all this corporate bullshit that had nothing to do with building cars. First red flag. He never looked at the cars, just the books. Second red flag. Crystal started talking about trademarks, lawyers, protecting our assets. Our assets. I was too busy finishing a 63 T-bird to notice she'd stopped saying your shop and started saying our business. Should have known something was wrong when she had me sign the trademark transfer papers. Just protecting us both, she said. Equal partners. I believed her. Like I said, I'm better with metal than people. The Betrayal. June 15th, Tuesday morning. I showed up to the shop at 6 a.m. like always. My key didn't work. New locks. Crystal was inside, Derek beside her, and a lawyer I'd never seen before. She handed me a letter. Restraining order. Banned from the premises. Banned from using the Apex Customs name. You're a liability, she said. Derek's helping me restructure. Restructure. Funny word for theft. I had $300 in my checking account. Everything else was tied up in the business. Her business now, apparently. The trademark was in both our names, but the bank accounts, all her. The lease, her name. The LLC, restructured while I was finishing that T-bird. Derek had been planning this for months. Crystal just had to keep me busy in the shop while he dismantled everything I'd built. I called a lawyer. He laughed, said it would cost $50,000 just to start the fight, and I'd probably lose anyway. You signed the papers, he said. Should have read them first. Yeah, should have done a lot of things first. Spent 2 weeks sleeping in my truck. F-150 with 190,000 miles and a check engine light that wouldn't quit. Tried reaching out to old clients. Crystal had gotten there first. Told them I was unreliable, difficult to work with, having personal issues. The custom car world's small. Word spreads fast. Nobody was returning my calls. The road to Chandler. August. I pointed the truck west and just drove. Had a buddy from trade school, Ted. Ran a repair shop in Chandler, Arizona. Called him from a rest stop in Pennsylvania. You still need a mechanic? He didn't ask questions. Just said, get here safe. 3 days later, I was in the desert. 115 degrees. Everything I owned in a duffel bag and a toolbox. Ted's Auto Repair. Oil changes, brake jobs, timing belts, basic work, honest work. Nothing creative, nothing artistic. Just keeping American relics breathing long enough to pass emissions. I told myself it was temporary, that I'd save up, start over, rebuild. But I didn't believe it. That's when I met Jess. Jess. She was already working at Ted's when I got there. Auto tech. Good one, too. Drove a 68 Camaro, Rally Sport, burgundy. She'd done all the work herself. Engine, suspension, brakes. Kept it running perfect on a tech salary. First week, we barely talked, just worked. Second week, she noticed how I worked. The way I'd smooth a weld. How I'd check panel gaps even on a basic repair. "You're too good for oil changes," she said one afternoon. "What happened?" I told her the story. All of it. Crystal, Derek, Apex, the trademark theft, the blacklist, sleeping in my truck. She listened. Didn't interrupt. Didn't judge. When I finished, she just said, "So start again. What's stopping you?" Working next to Jess was different. She didn't need me to explain things twice. Didn't ask stupid questions, just worked. And when she didn't know something, she asked. No ego, no pretending. I'd forgotten what that felt like. Someone who actually cared about doing it right. Not about looking good doing it, just doing it right. "I don't have a shop," I said. "No tools, no money. And even if I did, nobody knows me out here. I'm nobody." She wiped her hands on a rag. Looked at me like I was being deliberately stupid. "I've got a 2-car garage," she said. "You've got hands. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and build something." 2 weeks later, I was in her garage. She'd cleared out half for me, gave me a workbench, let me borrow tools. "What do you want to build?" she asked. I looked at her Camaro. "Something better than a T-Bird," I said. "Phoenix Customs." The deal was simple. She knew Camaros, knew engines, suspension, drivetrains, could make anything run like a scalded cat. I knew metal, knew bodywork, fabrication, how to make something beautiful. "You make it run," I said. "I'll make it sing." She grinned. "Phoenix Customs?" I looked around her garage, thought about the city name, the symbolism. "Yeah," I said. "Phoenix Customs." We tore her Camaro down to the frame. She rebuilt the drivetrain. LS swap, modern fuel injection, suspension dialed for both street and track, Wildwood brakes. She knew exactly what she was doing. I did what I do, smoothed every line, hand-formed new quarter panels, chopped the roof 1.5 inches, channeled the body, made it look like it was doing 100 standing still. Took us 6 months. Every night after work at Ted's, every weekend, Christmas, New Year's. We barely talked while we worked. Didn't need to. She'd hand me a tool before I asked for it. I'd adjust something without her having to explain. It just worked. 3 months into the build, we had a problem. The chassis was twisted, 1/4 inch off. My fault. I'd been rushing. I told her, expected her to be pissed. She just grabbed her measuring tape. "Okay," she said, "how do we fix it?" Not "you screwed up," not "I told you so," just "we." That's when I knew this was different. We started working later. Not because we had to, because we wanted to. She'd bring coffee around 10. We'd work until midnight, sometimes later. Talking about cars at first, then other things. How she got into wrenching. Her dad's old Chevelle, learning in his garage before he passed. why I love T-birds. Something about making people see beauty in what they dismissed. Small things. Real things. Crystal never asked me why I built cars, just what they'd sell for. Jess never asked what they'd sell for, just what made them special. March. We rolled it out into the Arizona sun. Jess fired it up. The LS rumbled. Perfect. I stood back and looked at what we'd built. It was better than anything I'd done at Apex, because this time I wasn't building it alone. The night we finished the Camaro, we just sat there, on the garage floor, exhausted, covered in paint dust and metal shavings. She leaned back against the workbench. I handed her a beer from the mini fridge. "We did that," she said. "Not you or I. We." She turned to look at me, smiled. Not the polite smile you give coworkers. Something else. I felt it too. I'd been feeling it for a while, if I'm honest. But I was scared, still broken from Crystal. Still didn't trust myself to know the difference between gratitude and whatever this was. So I didn't say anything. Just clinked my beer against hers and looked at the car. "Yeah," I said, "we did." We posted photos. Not on Instagram, just a basic website. Phoenix Customs, Chandler, Arizona. Before and after shots. The work. No influencer bullshit. Just the cars. 3 weeks later, we had our first client call. 6 weeks after that, we'd rented a small warehouse off Arizona Avenue. 2 bays, barely enough room, but it was ours. We celebrated renting the warehouse. Nothing fancy, just burgers and beers at a place she liked. I got there first, waited outside. Then Jess pulled up in the Camaro. I'd only ever seen her in coveralls, work boots, dickies, hair in a ponytail with a baseball cap. She stepped out wearing jeans, white ankle socks, clean sneakers, good ones, not work boots, fuzzy sweater, hair down, loose around her shoulders. No makeup, didn't need it, just Jess, but not mechanic Jess, just her. I must have stared because she stopped halfway across the parking lot. "What?" she said. "Nothing. You just look different." "Different good or different bad?" "Good," I said. "Really good." She smiled. Not the polite smile, the real one. "Yeah, well, don't get used to it. Back to grease and coveralls tomorrow." But walking into that restaurant next to her, that's when I knew. This wasn't just about building cars anymore. Next day, we were back in the shop. She was back in coveralls, welding mask, work boots. But I kept seeing her in that fuzzy sweater, the way she tucked her hair behind her ear, the casual confidence. Same Jess, just more. I tried to focus on work. Didn't really succeed. The Ascent. Word spreads in the car world. Phoenix Customs started getting noticed. Magazine features, show invites. We built a custom 70 El Camino, a wide-body 71 Cuda, a completely custom Roadster from scratch. Every build, Jess handled the mechanical perfection. I handled the art. People started calling it the Phoenix Touch. Hand-formed metal. Perfect panel gaps. Nothing rushed, nothing compromised. The opposite of everything Apex had become. When we rented the warehouse, there was paperwork, LLC, operating agreement, partnership structure. The lawyer asked how we'd want to split ownership. I said 50-50 before Jess could answer. She looked at me. "You're the builder, the name, you should have more." "Without you, there is no name," I said. 50-50. She didn't argue, just signed. That night, after we moved the tools in, she kissed me. Nothing dramatic, just right. Like everything else we'd built together. Took you long enough, she said. What do you mean? The fuzzy sweater, she said. I don't own a fuzzy sweater. Borrowed it from my sister specifically for that dinner. Wait, that was on purpose? She grinned. Cole, you're great with metal, terrible with signals. She was right, but I was learning. We didn't tell anyone at first, didn't need to. The way we worked together, people assumed anyway. Ted figured it out when he saw her coffee cup in my truck one morning. Just grinned and said, "About damn time." He was right. Meanwhile, I didn't follow what happened to Apex. Didn't need to, but word gets around. Derek had a plan from the start. Soon as he got the Apex trademark from Crystal, he started licensing it. Cheap tool brands, imported floor jacks, Harbor Freight specials, Apex Customs air fresheners, Apex Customs stickers, Apex Customs shop rags. He ran the actual shop into the ground, hired cheap labor, took deposits they couldn't deliver, botched builds, furious customers. 6 months after he stole my name, he sold the trademark to a Chinese tool company for $2 million. Then he disappeared. Took his side piece, some blonde from his office, and moved to Florida. Crystal got nothing. The business was bankrupt. The trademark was gone. The Instagram followers didn't pay bills. Derek had never put her name on anything that mattered. She'd helped him destroy me, and he'd destroyed her the exact same way. Karma's got better fabrication skills than I do. The show. January, Grand National Roadster Show, Pomona. Phoenix Customs had a booth. Our Camaro on display, the one Jess and I built first. We'd won 3 awards already: Custom Craftsmanship, Best Paint, Editor's Choice, magazine photographers everywhere, clients lining up. Jess was explaining the suspension work to some guy from Hot Rod. I was talking bodywork with a builder from Portland. That's when I saw her. Crystal, standing behind the rope line, watching. She looked smaller somehow, older, tired, cheap clothes, no jewelry, none of that Instagram polish, just another face in the crowd. She was staring at Jess, watching her laugh, watching her explain the build to someone, watching her touch my arm to get my attention, watching me smile. But she wasn't looking at the car. She was looking at us. Jess was explaining the suspension work to some guy from Hot Rod. I was standing next to her, close, my hand on the small of her back. Not possessive, just there. Natural. The way Jess would touch my arm when she was making a point. The way we'd lean into each other when looking at a build sheet. The way partners do. Real partners. Crystal saw all of it. Saw Jess laugh at something I said. Saw me look at her the way I used to look at Crystal. Except this was different. This was real. Crystal took a step forward. The security guard stopped her. She tried to say something. To me, to Jess, to someone. But we didn't hear her. The crowd was too loud. We were too focused on the clients, the work, the moment. She stood there for maybe 5 minutes, watching what she'd thrown away. Not just the business, not just the success. The partnership, the real thing she'd never understood. Then she left. I saw her go out of the corner of my eye. Didn't mention it to Jess until that night, back at the hotel. Crystal was there, I said. Jess looked up from her laptop. She was answering client emails. Did you talk to her? No, I said. Didn't need to. Jess closed the laptop, came over to where I was sitting. You okay? I pulled her close. Yeah, I said, I really am. And I meant it. People ask me sometimes if I'm angry, if I want revenge for what she did, what they did. Truth is, I stopped being angry somewhere between Chandler and now. Hard to stay bitter when you're building something real. Jess and I run Phoenix Customs together, actual partners. She handles the mechanicals, I handle the metal. We both handle the business. 50-50 in everything. Crystal wanted the brand, the fame, the Instagram followers. Jess wanted to build beautiful things with someone she trusted. Turns out, that's the only thing worth having. In the end, the work is all that matters. You can steal a name, steal a logo, steal an Instagram account with 500,000 followers. But you can't steal what's in someone's hands. You can't fake years at the English wheel. You can't pretend your way through compound curves or hand-forming aluminum. The metal doesn't lie. It never did. She learned that the hard way.